How's it going, everybody? This is Pink Shades here, and I'm back with some more Factorio, one of my most favorite games ever. Spent a lot of time here, and we're going to be doing something great today. We're going to be... what is going on here? Hang on, let me just make sure of one thing. Okay. Okay, good. I didn't realize when I resized the window that the video itself resizes, and it looked like I had some information cropped off the screen. Anyways, guys, let's continue this. So what I have planned for today, I am going to be taking a little tour of the base, updating you guys with what's going on here. As you can tell by the mini-map, there is quite a big difference since the last time you saw here, and I kind of want to bring you guys up to speed, show you what's going on, and then I'm gonna start working on some more advanced things. Well, basically, to start things off, we have logistics networks. We have 5 of them, actually 6, but the ones that actually matter today, we have a north wing, south wing, east wing, and west wing, and they have their little 4 quadrants and then some in terms of our logistics network. And each wing is going to be responsible for a particular task. And so far, our north wing, let's go ahead and disable that. So we have our nuclear operations over here. This is the kind of place that we do all of our nuclear processing. So we have, some of the centrifuges that turn uranium ore into uranium-235 and 238. We have some storage here, which our roboports basically kind of handle all the inserting and taking from these boxes. It's a little interesting. I kind of want to get into that. I think last time I streamed, we didn't even have any of these smart chests. These chests here, like the active provider chest and the requester chest, it took me a long time to get to this point, but I am no longer using steel chests, iron chests, or wooden chests. This is strictly a logistics system that is controlled and managed by robots. Just like that one. If we can see this one, follow this one. Notice how it took the empty fuel cell and it put it in this chest here. Is this even working? I might need to go check that out. Anyways, we're gonna take a tour. I think I'm gonna do that in my tank, because there's a lot of stuff to show. But anyways, here, guys, if you guys don't know, this is still the original map, the map that I've put every ounce of energy into. At least in my Factorio playing. Now this, you may or may not recognize. It's kind of, well, there's no more, there's no evidence left of my old base. I actually tore it all the way up, but I do believe, I need to find it. I think it's this one. Let's actually go take a closer look. The very first pool of water that I pumped water from, which was on my, I believe my very first live stream of Factorio. Go check that out here pretty soon. Right here. This little pond of water. If you go back and look at the, YouTube is warning me saying, keyframes not being sent as often. Oh goodness. It's bad video settings. Hope you guys are receiving the video alright, and if not, I'll fix it and start again. But otherwise, how was the stream for you guys? Is that alright? It actually looks like I'm not doing so great. Let's see. If I zoom in, what's gonna happen? Okay. Ooh. So. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. That's gonna be distracting. I knew I should have done a recording instead of a live stream. YouTube thinks that something's wrong with my stream, but I just think it's choppy because not much is actually updating. But if I move my mouse over and over, it seems to capture all that, so I don't trust YouTube. YouTube's saying that there's a problem with my my keyframe setting, but I don't even have a keyframe setting. So, anyways, onwards. So yeah, this is my original pond. So if you kind of put that in perspective as to where everything else was related to that, a lot has changed. In fact, if we kind of go over there. Ugh. Let's slide over. This pond down here, or this, I don't know, lake? So I can't tell based on size and proportion of the player, but anyways, this tiny lake, there used to be kind of like a wall right here. A little wall. There used to be like a solar farm. Like, I'm talking everywhere, right? Here where I'm driving, used to be a giant solar farm. That no longer exists because it does not meet our power demand. And solar is no longer a good enough or viable solution to energy. And it's sad to say because honestly, solar was awesome. It produced no pollution with that whatsoever. But nuclear, we need nukes. We need nuclear power. Ugh. All that. Yeah. Oh, I should probably also mention that I have installed 2 mods. Actually, 3 mods. But I want to talk about the mods I have added to Factorio, to my playthrough of this game. And that is Noxie's tree mods. Or Noxie's trees, excuse me. Actually, let's just take a look at it. We go to settings and mod settings. Noxie's trees. Highly configurable mod that allows you to enable tree growth. Basically what's happening here is, well, trees every now and then perform a series of checks per chunk, and either the trees either die or they reproduce. And this kind of makes it brings a little more life into the map by letting trees expand and the forests grow and shrink. And the way trees shrink is if they exist next to a biter nest, they will slowly start to die. If the trees are next to pollution, uranium ore in the ground, fertility, like obviously I'm in some kind of grassland, I don't know exactly how to describe this. The trees, they grow pretty densely. I like them dense like this. Makes them look very vivid. There's a maximum number of trees per chunk in this game, which is basically, if you consider Minecraft and how the world is divided into chunks, this game is very similar in that regard. However, trees don't continue to pile up. Eventually they slow down and stop when they've met that limit per chunk. So that's why forests don't go on forever. Oh, no! No! Really? Ah. Really? Hope I didn't... Oh man, I wonder how many I lost. No, I still have 50 out of 50 logistics robots. They must be somewhere else. Where are they? Where are they? That I don't know. Must be in this one right here. Yep. Yeah, they're all... I was afraid that I was going to lose my robots by doing that. Whoops. Okay. So let's keep going. And I want to show off particularly this interesting red forest that kind of happened just a little bit to the southwest right here. Hopefully hopefully it gets brighter in the day. I feel like it started out pretty dark, kind of like at night. That's a shame really, because for a stream starting out, it's kind of hard to stick around and enjoy if everything's too hard to see. But anyways, yeah, I mean, once I saw that one red tree spawn, I started clearing all the green trees around it to let this one grow. But as you can tell, it hasn't grown much bigger than this because, well, it hit a limit. Updates to the highway system that I have, that's just a giant square around my base. I decided to only have one set of poles, one set of power poles, because, well, these large, or the big electric poles, they get kind of ugly when there's a lot of them next to each other, and they just don't look great. It's an eyesore. I figured if I just build a wall on the outside, I'm not going to need redundancy. And if they break, if the biters, I guess, and other bad guys break through, that's when I should be concerned anyways, you know. I shouldn't have to have redundancy if there's no walls to begin with. Oh, hello. That one helped me out. Sweet. Anyways, if we keep moving, notice this wall and this, I guess, these power lines, they kind of surround the entire area I've claimed here. And I kind of want to explain how I did that. Obviously, if you know how to play Factorio, I don't think you're wondering how do you place down power poles, or how do you place down things, or how do you connect wires. No, I'm going to talk about how I managed to create this grid-like system that is precise, mathematically correct, and to scale in proportions, you know. That's something that bugs me. Some self-diagnosed OCD. Basically, I just, I don't know, I like things to be measurable. I like things to be accurate. It's probably something everybody who plays Factorio like I do have in common. Is that they like, well, like cleanliness, tidiness, and so I think the basis to the whole thing is that every power pole is placed as far as it can be away from each other. So like if this power pole right here was just a smidge to the left right here, or to the west, then these wouldn't be able to connect. These two power poles would not be able to connect. So what I'm saying is that every single power pole is as far as away as it can possibly be from another, while still being able to transmit power and the circuit network. So with that being said, if we take a look at our map, we have a pretty big area. And of course, every power pole is as far as away it can be from another, and it continues this fashion. You notice that the distance between all, like every single power pole, is exactly the same. There's none that are closer, and there's none that are further. And I don't know if you guys have caught that in the last live stream, if you did watch that one. Some power poles had to be shorter or closer together in order to accommodate for intersections, but as you can see, I did away with intersections, and I planned this base to, I guess it does have intersections if I keep going down this road. You will see I do have intersections, but they're strategically placed so that I don't have to squeeze together the power poles. The power poles are carrying lines as efficient as they can be in terms of spacing. You see there, I don't have to cut short, you know. I think these ones are okay, yeah. So basically, this creates a grid system for me. If all power poles are consistently maximum distance apart, and I have an entire square, then I know I have something else. I have I guess, intrinsic grid system. You know, I can basically plan out and place things according to this imaginary grid that exists that isn't really physically there, but based on these power poles, I was able to determine that I have 23 of these lengths of space in between power poles. So let's just take a step back from the word power pole for a second. Well, we have 23 stretches right here of emptiness between them. So if we look on our map, it's kind of, I mean, this is really hard to do without losing track or losing count or being frustrated that it's as difficult as it is. But the way I found is that I look at the power poles right here, and every space in between, in order to count these, I weave my mouse kind of like this, right? And every time I crossed the middle is when I would add one. So if you count with me, if I go, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you get the idea. Like every time I crossed like the lines right here, 1, 2, 3. That's how I counted. And so you notice, since I start on 0, I'm kind of working. Oh no! What happened to my stream? My YouTube live dashboard said an error occurred. I'm gonna hope that my stream is still going. Apparently it is. Apparently my stream is still going. Okay. I guess the YouTube video itself crashed. I'm sorry, guys. Talk way too much about that. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't talking while it was not streaming. Anyways, so I did that all the way down. And since we're counting 22, but we started with 0, we have 23 of these spaces. Why is that important that it's an odd number? I'll show you. Because that means we have a center. We have a central empty space, if that makes sense, between corners of the map, or the ends, sides of this giant square. And that means, oops, that means we can derive a true center between all of them, and that we can also have very nice and even squares for each of, like, you know, the north, south, east, and west wings, as well as the center. We have an absolute mathematical center here in the map, and that's where that center row report is. So if we, well, let's just zoom out for a bit. Each of these wings right here, hold on, let's see. Sorry, I had to make sure I was able to see chat. Anyways, each of these wings have a row report in that center right there. So this center right here in this path kind of lives in the exact center between two power poles, and that's kind of exactly what we're going for here. That's what allowed me to be consistent and create a very, very consistent grid structure. Of course, this is all going towards making a large mega base, but right now all we have is just the framework, the bare, I don't know, the starting tools. We have basically the very beginning of what's going to be a massive base that produces everything. And, well, now that's out of the way, that explanation is taken care of. Kind of show you what's going on here. Obviously, surrounding the road. Oh, something I should probably add is, oh shit, do I even have the ability to, let's do it with belts. Each road is 6 tiles wide, so if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, now that little extra bit right there is just a transition tile. You will not actually be able to help that kind of tile right there. That's not an extra bit of tile, that's just, if you place 6 tiles, you will get that little bit of extra overhang. But I guess my point is well, our roads are 6 of those wide, and so not exactly sure if I can show that. Like, see, you have 3 track pieces. Well, each track piece is 2 tiles wide. Hopefully that'll help you understand. But anyways, yeah, so all our roads, or our entire highway, I guess all roads, are 6 tiles wide. Unlike the last base that we had around our solar farm, it was 3 blocks wide, 3 tiles wide. This one is a mere 6, and this allows us, I guess, a lot more leniency towards not really being able to control our vehicles that well. Another thing is you probably notice is my tank kind of snaps back. Well, not really snaps back, it snaps into 8 cardinal directions. And that is due to the vehicle snap mod. And it's a mod that just helps out with vehicle direction. Like if I just wanted to nudge slightly in a direction to aim better in the road, well, I can do just that. Obviously, as you can tell, on the lights of the tank kind of help you understand that it keeps snapping back to a direct east. But if you were to turn north, like that, this mod is very handy because before that, vehicles are very hard to keep straight on a road. You'll end up having to teeter-totter, you know, go back and forth between steering left and right just to get a straight drive, and that's annoying. It's also very, very destructive sometimes, if that makes sense. Destructive in the sense that if you don't pay attention to what you're doing and you have to keep going left and right, you're going to crash into walls, you're going to break some of the stuff. But this mod just helps me make really accurate 90-degree turns, which is awesome. Obviously, it doesn't move when the vehicle's not moving forward, so if I stop and I rotate, it's not going to push itself back into any of the cardinal directions. It just happens when you're driving, which is awesome. I mean, that's really cool. I love this mod. But anyways, our base. Let's talk about our base. Let's go into map mode because I hate the darkness. It comes with. Oh, I guess the map's not going to look any better. If we take a look at the map, we have some interesting things going on here in the center. This is kind of where spawn is, actually. It actually worked out perfectly. I don't think spawn is in the exact center. It's off just by a hair. Probably right there or so. But if I die, I spawn in this little this central base right here. And as you notice, I have this interesting looking stacker on each of the outskirt bases right there. Like we have north, south, east, and west wings. And they have an interesting little thing here where the trains, they come along and they can only enter from this side right here, or this one if they're facing west. But the point is that trains cannot go south on this piece of track right here. They can only go north. They are going into a unloading and loading station. As you may notice here, we have train stop north wing pickup S, north wing pickup east and west. It's because this one's the north one. It's not going to need a connection between itself, right? It's not going to have a station dedicated to itself. It already has this whole entire station. So that's why I made them 3 long, or I guess not 3 long, 3 wide. So I have a pickup station specifically for adding items from the nuclear processing area to the south wing, and same for the east and the west wing. And over here we have drop-offs, which basically trains that stop at this station. Well, this one came from the south, and it has contents from the south, and we're unloading it here at the north. So if you imagine that each base minus the center, let's forget about the center here and just pretend we have 4 bases, 1 in each of the directions. Well, from the perspective of one base, there's only 3 other bases, so it makes sense to have, you know, a unloading and loading station specifically for each neighbor. So like down here, if we take a look, we have a train stop that says pickup N, pickup E, and pickup W. It's because this space is a south base, we don't need any of those to refer to itself. That way each train has a very specific job and a very specific place to go, and that nothing is waiting on each other in terms of its specific function. Of course, trains will still get locked up depending on where I need them to start and stop and refuel and things like that. But that's why we have a stacker here, which is, count, six track pieces wide. And a stacker is basically just a place to keep trains and allow them to stack up before they need to go to a common shared destination. The reason why I have a stacker here is because I may have a lot of trains that want to access my central, my little base center loading and unloading. And yeah, I did follow the design of 3 tracks right here, but that's just not enough for if I had trains from all bases trying to access both the drop-off and the pickup of this central base right here, or the base center. We're gonna have some issues. They're gonna be waiting on each other, and that's inevitable. They're going to wait on each other, at least with a three track wide stacker here. So that's why I have some. Oh hey Blaine, how's it going? I hope the stream is coming out well. YouTube is actually whining at me saying that I am not sending enough keyframes for whatever reason, but it looks like it's coming back. I mean, it looks like it's the video is coming back smooth, so I just have to ignore it. I have a red bar at the top of my screen. Anyways, as I was saying, since there's an inevitable problem of trains waiting on each other if they need to access the central base, I have a stacker here that lets all trains pick the first available train station out of all these before they go in here. And then of course when they're done accessing the central base, they can go about their way to wherever they need to go. Sounds kind of boring stuff, but I think today, after I go over my tour, I'm going to actually start working on the smart requesting system, which I think is going to be really exciting to do, at least for me. Anyways, oops. So yeah, a lot has changed, Blaine. This base has gone through a huge transformation. It doesn't look anything remotely close to what it was last time, other than the giant, I guess, perimeter. But remember my solar farm? My solar farm no longer exists. It's completely gone. All the walls, gone. They're dead. History. But yeah, like the giant copper field that was next to the solar farm, it was like kind of right around here. It's gone. The very first bus system made of the conveyor belts that went north and south, I think it was like kind of like right here. Tor or tier? I don't know. A tor, like this is the kind of thing that's like a route or route. You know, you don't call them wireless routers, you call them wireless routers, but you can walk on a route. Like I say, like for example, you know, if you're playing Pokemon, you know, and you find a Pokemon in a specific route, I feel like that's when you're on a route 101 or something. But you don't call wireless routers wireless routers. Industrial Revolution now. Well, Blaine, I don't know if you were able to see or hear this, but my base no longer uses belts or conveyor belts. Basically what's happening here is that I have these roboports that have logistic robots that move things between chests, and it's really cool. All my items are in my center base right here. Like everything. It looks like a cluster F. I mean, this looks like madness. But I don't need to care about the organization of my my items, because that's what the robots do. So like, if I put a requester chest down here, like right there, and I tell it that I want coal in here, I want 300 coal, we're gonna have robots take the coal to this chest. And it's awesome, because look at how fast that was. I have coal in this chest. And if I want to send that back, I just put a active provider chest. And so they bring them back to the storage. Oh yes, it is awesome. I absolutely love it. Something else that I worked really hard to get is artillery turrets. I had to research for a very long time to get the ability to place turrets. But this is undeniably awesome. Alright, you make these giant artillery shells. And where's my tank? Is that my tank? Nope. We need to go back and get our tank. Is that it? Yes. Okay. I want to show you something. Let's grab our artillery targeting remote and let's get a couple of shells. You can only have them in inventory in stacks of 1. Like, you can't stack them in inventories, which makes sense. They're huge, but so are walls, and yet you can stack them up to 100. But let's blow up some enemies. So if we take a look at our map, we can actually nuke enemies from afar. Like right here. Let's take out this entire base. Oh, there it goes. Let's oh god, they're coming. Yeah, but all my artillery is taking out that base right there. And they're coming to attack me, so I gotta go handle this problem. So you notice I have objects are being damaged. So I better go respond to that, because, yeah, they don't like that. No! An object was destroyed, no! I think I have replacement turrets. Let's hope. But yeah, we're gonna have to go respond to that, because they're getting better. And they're getting wiser. Oh god. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's oh. Oh goodness, that was almost dead. Let's take this. And let's move that in our inventory. There we go. So yeah, the robots, they fix things for me as well. This one's broken. I don't have... Oh yes I do. There we go. Aha. Yeah, so that was kind of a demo of artillery in action. I don't remember... Where was it? Was it right here? Or was it this one? I don't remember where. Was it this base? Anyways, yeah, you can just basically tell your artillery turrets to start taking out, like this for example. I'll do it right here since there's a lot of trees. Let's just take out these guys. Let's just do it. Let's nuke them. Uh-oh. I don't have any shells there. Yeah. But yeah, that's this base I've been working on. I'm really really confident in its design so far. I like it, so I'm sticking with it. I'm definitely not going to destroy this entire base just to make something else in its place, because this is kind of like a project home. This entire perimeter is safe from biters. Biters cannot get in and they cannot get out. So I feel really bad if they have found their way in, which is possible, depending on if there's any holes or gaps in your walls. They will wiggle through, and they will try to create nests. I've actually turned expansion off, so they don't do that, but it is possible. Ah, it feels good to finally talk and tack and chat. Do you tack and chat? How's it going? Gaming with Alina. Yes. So the goal I had in mind, I think I've covered the base pretty much for you guys, both you, Elena and Blaine, probably weren't around for like the explanation of majority of the things I went over. But that's okay. That's not the big that's not the big deal here. The thing I wanted to do in this stream, or I guess the majority, whoops, there we go, is create a requester, I guess a requester chest system that is smart. Like I use a control panel to summon a train, have a train come pick up its contents, and send it to another place, basically on the fly. That makes sense. Right now, train stations, not train stations, but trains themselves, they have a fixed schedule, and the problem with that is that as I have more trains and as each train has a very specific schedule, I run out of room, or run out of, I guess, how do I put this? For example, this requester chest right here, it requests 400 empty barrels. But the more items I have that take up the space right here, like this train car right here, the less specific I'll be able to have. Or I guess, I don't know, I shouldn't say less specific, but I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. But eventually I will have all three of these tracks right here, and their central pickup train stations. These stations right here are eventually going to only provide so many items, but they're not going to be able to provide any additional kinds of items. If I introduce a new kind of circuit or a new factory somewhere that needs items from here, and I can't fill it because everything else and every other train is being filled from the central, it means I have to compromise. I have to change one of these chests to provide something else. And it gets overly complicated the more that happens, and what I want to do is create a system that is smart. Like, how do I put that? Basically, I'm going to change the contents of the requester chests, or at least what they're requesting, based on a network signal. And I haven't actually done this before, so I'm going to be playing around with it and seeing how it's possible. But essentially, each one of these chests is going to have that green wire going into it, and based on what I want to have happen, I'm going to flip a couple of switches, and it's going to summon a train that can carry and also not just carry and like be full with stuff, but also empty it somewhere depending on where I want it. Basically, I want to control trains through software inside Factorio, which that's kind of nuts. That sounds kind of insane. Like, what do you mean? I'm already controlling it through software. Yeah, my game is a piece of software, but I'm writing software inside a game. I want trains to be dynamically controlled. I don't want them to do the same route every single time. I want to be able to touch a button over here and let a train come pick up barrels, deposit them, and bring back full barrels. And then they go back to the stacker and wait to do killing it with every game we do. I appreciate the kind words. That's very, very kind to read. But in order for me to do this, I have to get started. I have to start somewhere. So I'm going to create a couple requester chests. And let's see if I can stretch this line over here. Okay, that works. Good. So I'm going to have... Oh shit. What just happened? Why did this bring... Oh. How come I can't delete that? Why can I not delete... Did I unbind that key? Okay. I can't unset this. Why is it not unsetting? Is there some kind of update that changed that? Okay. Where was it? It says toggle filter. Toggle filter. Let's see. Yeah, this sucks. My My key binding for it went away. It's toggle filter right mouse button. Huh. Wonder if wonder what the deal is. I'm not able to. There must be a bug. That's a bug. Okay, I'm gonna place all this in there. Quickly get rid of these. Aha! There we go. Good. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. You know what? Maybe my control key was stuck. It could have been a possibility that sometimes what happens when you use a keyboard and you play games is sometimes a key gets stuck in a state. Like it'll be, the game still thinks my control key was down. Because if I do this, yeah, it works, see? Okay, that works. Let's send these back, actually. I don't want these. See, they quickly take them to the storage. Oh, that's so awesome. And let's put green wires towards all these. No! Dang it. Hang on. So much easier than the trains. Yeah, well, I mean, they're still going to have trains that come and pick them up, but ideally I don't want any train that's specific to one item. Like, I'm not going to have a coal train bringing coal everywhere. I want all trains to potentially be a coal train, if that makes sense. There we go. So all of these chests are now kind of almost in the circuit network right here. I just gotta connect everything. I'm gonna bring a green line over here, and I'm gonna continue to bring that green line. Maybe I'll build it right here or something. But basically, oh, that's not good. You see, it's telling me the contents of the chest. I think I have to change a setting here. Oh, right here. Okay. If you look in the center of the screen, set requests. That's what I want to have happen. Oh no. As soon as I did that, it copied the chest right here, and it set that one as that. So I have to do this to all of them, and they're gonna... It's gonna fill them all like this. Watch. It sets it to that. Crap. Oh well. No big deal. Okay. Set requests. Why did that one go away? That's interesting. Okay, cool. So... ah, dang it. I can't get rid of these. I can't just drop one of those active provider chests over this, because as soon as I do, what's going to happen is that I'm going to lose the settings again. So, oh well. But here's the thing that I want to do. I want to be able to set all of these through something like... oh, I know. I will have a master chest. I'll have like a chest right here. Just, I guess, for now. If I do this, right? Whatever items are in this chest right here, these guys right here are going to request. So, let's say I put a gear right here. I take a gear. Whoops. And I put a gear in here, right? Now they're gonna take gears and put that in there, which is wild because, I mean, all I did was put a gear in here, and whatever's in this inventory right here gets put right here, which is nuts because I think if I take the gear out, think they get set, unset. Yes, perfect. That's awesome. That's actually all I need, is the ability to change what's in all of these. Eventually I'm going to have sets of these. I'm going to have a set so that I don't have to manually change them, but I just have to flip a switch to turn on the train that, you know, I guess comes and collects this. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build my first dummy train. My first dummy train that will sit in a stacker and wait for its first command, or first thing. So I'm going to put a train right there, a cargo wagon its tail. That's why I don't have any friends. I tell bad jokes that kill people on the inside. I need fuel for that though first, so... Actually, do I have any coal on me? Have anything that's fuel? I don't see any fuel. Nope. Actually, you know what? Let's just steal some from a train over here. I'm actually switching entirely to nuclear fuel. Like if I go here, I'm gonna say fuel rods. These fuel rods last forever. Like they just... They're awesome, by the way. Fuel rods, these nuclear fuel rods. Let's take, for example, coal only lasts 4 megajoules. But a nuclear fuel rod lasts 1.21 gigajoules. It's technically giga, but back in the days of Back to the Future, you know, when they said 1.21 gigawatts, they didn't really have a clear definition, or it wasn't as pronounced as it is today, where we have gigabytes, right? Well, that gigawatts is today, it would be gigawatts, right? 1.21 gigawatts. Well, these are measured in joules, meaning that there is no aspect of time in this unit. A joule is just it's a unit of energy, and that's a lot compared to one piece of coal. It's 4 megajoules. This is almost 1,000, actually about 1,200 times that. No, not 1,200 times that. Say 300 times that, because it is one piece of coal is 4 megajoules, not one megajoule. Anyways, enough of that math. It's driving me nuts. So we want to add this to the stacker right here, and we want to only make it leave the stacker on a certain circuit condition, which is basically, for right now, I'm going to call this train 0, right? So if I'm summoning train 0, I want to set the circuit signal equals 1, right? So at this train station, it will only leave this train station if the signal 0 equals 1, like a constant of 1. I'm not comparing the signal 0 to signal 1. I'm comparing the signal 0 to the value 1. So, like, if I compared signal 0 to signal 0, it'll always be true, right? Like if I made this 0, this is always true. See? It's actually green because it's showing right now. But if I made this 0, actually signal 0 is coincidentally 0. If I made it 1, it's no longer true. But what we want it to do is we want it to go to the center pickup. We want it to go to the first available center pickup. So we do that. Central pickup. And we want to, I want to say it leaves pickup when it's inactive for 5 seconds. That way it doesn't necessarily have to be full. It will just leave when there's nothing else happening for 5 seconds. And sometimes that can be the case when I'm waiting on a product to arrive to the loading station. Let's give this a shot. Actually, let's set it up so we can give it a shot. So our red line here, our little red circuit network, is what we need to have these 0 have the value of 1 in order for this train to leave. So what we're going to do I'm gonna follow that red line all the way to the center. Let's create a constant combinator. Our constant combinator is the thing that we can assign values, like hard values to. Like this, right here. If I output 0, that train should be leaving a station right now, which it is. You can see on the map. Why are you taking the long way, buddy? I think it's taking its only way. It actually did take the shortest path. It just had to go around for whatever reason. But yeah, this train now, because the value is 1, let's turn it off. See, now it's going to be loaded. Let's actually continue. Let's copy that, paste it. There we go. So this cargo wagon is going to be full of these items right here. That's pretty wild. And boom. Now something else I want to do. Oh, it's inactive for 5 seconds. It goes back to the stacker, right? So it's back at the stacker, and it's going to wait here because I turned off signal 0. Signal 0 no longer equals 1, it equals 0. And I want to do something else. I want it to be able to go to the drop-off. So you know what I'm going to do? I want to actually go to center drop-off right here, and I'm going to do 5 seconds of inactivity. This is because I can't conditionally change which station it goes to. Like, I can't make it go to a train station if a certain condition happens. I can only let it leave a train station if a certain condition happens. Because it hits the drop-off before the pickup, always. Like, this is the drop-off, and this is the pickup. It's always going to stop here and then stop here, or stop here and then stop here. It's always going to do them in order. So what I want to do is, well, just as it sounds, I'm going to make it drop off something. I'm going to make it drop off its entire contents back, back to me. So let's get out of here. Actually, no, we actually have to walk back here. It's not going to take itself. Okay, so we walk back to this little magic box here, and we set it to on, and we set it to off, so that way it's like a button press. That train is going to come back, and it's going to stop right here. I believe it's going to stop in this one and not any of these ones. And the reason why is because this distance is shorter than the distance to this one and this one. And if we wait here patiently, except I'm going to turn off the stuff right now, because what's going on is we want to unload this. And we want to do that. Okay, now if we do this, boom, 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 that will unload it, and then I can turn this train back on. So you notice the inactivity. It's being reset because there's activity, but now it's done. So this train should go back to the stacker. Actually, it's going to go up to the loading. So never mind. If you watch the inactivity, just keep watching it. Okay, so it's done, right? It's going to go back to the stacker. This thing is going to go all the way back to the stacker. And if we watch it, it's going to stay here, right? But if we send the signal 1 to it, like we just flash a little 1, now it's going to come back and it's going to drop off the rest of what it has. So that's the beginning of this. That's the beginning of the idea of these oh, such a wizard. This is definitely my kind of game right here. This is why I kind of like it more than Minecraft at this point, because I would love to do this kind of stuff in Minecraft. That's why I used to play modded Minecraft, because it allowed me to have, you know, tubes and things before hoppers. Anyways, as we see here, it's just taking all those empty barrels, and it's gonna come here. And there's still more barrels. What the heck? Come on. My goodness, there's still more barrels. Alright. Now it's going to go to the stacker. I'm going to leave it on. Actually, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to leave it on for a few seconds and then turn it on. Or turn it on and then turn it off. But it's going to come back here, and for those final barrels, it's done, right? It's going to come back here. And ideally, I want like multiple of these dumb trains, except each train is going to have a different signal network. Like this train right here is train 0, right? So train 0 is only going to leave the stacker if the signal. That's so confusing, and it even causes me problems. But this red train right here is train 0, and it will only leave the station. It will only leave the stacker if the value of the signal 0 is 1, if that makes sense. Like, if we go right here, if this blue 0, in fact, let's do away with the numbers. Let's change it to colors. That way we can color code our trains. Let's make this the red train, right? So this train is going to listen to the red signal, so we actually have to go change that. Let's just make all the trains like that. Like one will be a red train, one will be a blue train, whatever, right? So this train right here, oh, it already has the color red. Now it does, and it has a perfect red. Okay. So it's stuck here because it's still looking for signal 0. If we change that to red signal, obviously it didn't do anything yet because it's off. Let's go back. Oh, goodness. It's a long walk. If we turn that on and then off, it should have left, and it is. So that's the red train, right? Let's just make a rainbow of trains now. Woohoo! Oh, it scared me. I see this giant ghost like... Okay. So yeah, this train should be coming through here. Yep. And if we look at where it stops, it's going to unload those last barrels. And then it's going to go here and do absolutely nothing. And it's just going to wait there for 5 seconds. And then it's going to go. And it went back to the stacker. Get to the stacker! Okay, so my train, the red train, went to the stacker. And we're going to make another wagon. And another train. Let's make this one a green train. Oh, it looks kind of nuclear. But this train here, we want it to go to stacker first. That's like its home, right? So we want the circuit condition to be green equals 1, right? So if this train has a green circuit signal of 1, this train will be permitted to leave the stacker. Now, a cool thing is we can have multiple trains that share the circuit color green. However, we can make the condition, instead of equals 1, we can have it equals 2, so that only the train that's listening for the number 2 can leave. And I think that's how we'll eventually expand the system. However, we want this one to go to central drop-off, central pickup, and we both want them to be in activities. So wow. Eventually all these trains are going to go to central drop-off first, then go to central pickup, because they all first need to clear their contents and then fill them with the thing that we want. And, well, gee, I think that's it for that train. I just need it to have power. Right. So, we kind of already ran into a first problem. We don't have any nuclear fuel rods. These trains do not have any fuel, and this one, it's running out of fuel. It's not going to have any. So what I want to do really quickly, I'm going to steal, do I have one? Yes. I'm going to steal this. I'm going to go to fuel, give it that. I'm going to send this train to the north. Yeah, let's see, north wing drop-off or north wing pickup. I'm going to go to north wing west, right? I'm going to make it go there first, just temporarily. I'm going to delete this one. I just need I need it to pick up fuel. So I'm going to make it go inactivity for 2 seconds. And why didn't it go? Oh, I need to make it actually go there. There we go. Aha! I caught a ride. And so it's going to go up to this place right here, and I'm going to make it stop. And the reason why, whoops, no, I need that to move. No, thank you. There we go. We want nuclear fuel rods to go here from our nuclear station back to our center base, and we can achieve that by basically doing the same thing we do here with the fueling. We're gonna stretch it across like that and have, so all these should request 5. So let's wait for it. Wait for it. Oh wow. Okay. So each of these right here will have 5 nuclear fuel rods in them at all time. And we just have that. Let's set this one to blacklist. Obviously having no items on the blacklist means that it will take everything, so this should be pretty full. Yeah. So you can imagine, this train right here now gets to go. Obviously they fill up right here. So let's, first of all, let's take away the north wing pickup. We don't need that anymore. Let's go to central drop-off. And we'll leave it on automatic when it gets there. So, oh yeah. Love it. So the fuel rods, they're going to be taken away, like so. And this guy's going to go right here and do nothing. And then it should go back to stacker. Yep. And if we turn off the green signal, actually we don't have a green signal, but let's give it one. Whoops. I really just sent a train. Wow, I just sent a train. I just sent both trains. Okay. Anyways, so if I turn this on and then off, both the red and green trains will leave and go do what they were going to do, and then they're gonna, well, they're gonna come back. Eventually they're gonna hit the stacker again. Let's actually watch that, because I summoned 2 trains, and they're gonna both kind of stack up here, like just like this actually. Interesting. So I think I've already ran into a problem, is that what if I'm serving items here in this requester chest, all these requester chests, but the chest I want to pick those items up does make it to this this loading station, because as we just saw, we had a red train and then the green train. The red got here first, so the green train, or whatever, ended up stopping right here. And that's a problem, because it didn't pick anything up, and then it went back to the stacker. It effectively did not do what we wanted it to do. How are we going to fix that? We have to intelligently combine the efforts of this green network, and then one over here, and one over here. But if I connect the green signal from this power pole right here over to these ones, the items that are going to be in here are going to be in here as well, and I kind of don't want that. I want it to be separate. Here's what we're going to do. Actually, no. I don't know. That actually seems like it makes more sense. Let's go with that. Let's actually make all of the loading the same. Right. Okay. So we have that. Kind of makes me nervous standing on the track. Let's also do this. Let's have one right here. Is this my loading? Yes, this is my loading. The reason why we were putting chests, yes, you can get run over by a train, and I've done many times. I just wasn't paying attention to where my trains were, and I walked right in front of them, and it ran me over. And I think it's comical, actually. What we want is we want these chests right here to at least have one fuel rod in them at all times, because that's gonna what that's gonna do is it's gonna fuel the train. When trains stop by, they're gonna be fueled. But we need one right here, and we don't have exactly that. I need to move this over. But I can't. Ah! What do we do about that? I guess we make two of them like this. Let's do that. Get rid of that. And we have a blue one right there. Let's copy that. Put that right there. We should have a robot. I appreciate that you know, you're complimenting my ability to, or at least being amazed that you're being amazed that I'm teaching this. I feel like that's kind of one of the things, one of my favorite things to do is to talk about something too much. So I figure YouTube is the best vessel for that. Anyways, yeah, these fuel rod chests right here, they provide fuel while the train is docked here. Oh, Nugget! How you doing? I didn't see your name there. I don't know, I'm blind. But how you doing, Nugget? The anti-Pova. Alright. You know what I want to do? Is I want to have green right here. Go across like that. And see how far this can reach. Oh, it can reach all of them. Wow. So let's do this then. Let's do this. Whoops. Wait a sec. Are you telling me I don't have to have this nasty little this little thing right here if I can do this? Huh. Let's try that out. Whoops. Oh shit. Okay. This is what I mean to do. Okay, so if what I think is happening, all these chests are still on the green network, so I don't have to have this ugly tent, if that makes sense. I don't have the ugly tent, we can see more of what's going on, and I don't want that, so... Okay. So what we're gonna do, so we're gonna have this guy Go right here. Oh, that's awesome. And if we have one more. Okay, so these loader chests right here will, or at least should, if what I suspect is true. Oh, look at that. You see that problem right there? The green, I guess the power pole, I don't even know what to call that little arm that holds the green cable, crosses over. That bugs the heck out of me. But, there we go. So, all these chests should be aware of the value that I put right here. Let's test it. Let's put copper plates in there. In fact, let's see. Let's see what happens. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Are they all charging? Seriously? Why didn't they finish the job? Hey, finish the job. What the hell? Wait a sec. Hang on. What's going on here? These are all on the same network. Oh, I see. I didn't do this. I need to set requests. Ha! There we go. Okay, so these robots should be delivering basically copper plates to all these, only because I have a copper plate in here, right? That's awesome. And I like that. That's insane. I only have to change what's in this chest right here. Oh, look. It gave itself that. Whoops. That's not good. If I take this out, will that go away? Nope. See, that's a problem. Because... ugh. Dang it. How do I fix that? See, if I have copper plates in here, that means these copper plates are going to tell this thing to have that. Uh-huh. I think a way to fix this is to actually make two chests. Yes. We need a requester chest that isn't connected to the network, but puts all of its contents into this chest. Do we? Yeah, and this actually doesn't have to be... No, I don't know. What am I thinking? That's weird. Maybe that's just a side effect we'll have to live with for now. Just set requests. What the hell? I gotta sneeze 1 sec, guys. Ah, there we go. Alright. Anyways, we'll figure out that problem later. I don't think it's too big of a deal. But basically, now we need... Uh-oh. Damn it. Gotta sneeze again. I'm allergic to inadequacy and bullshit. See, if I skimp on this kind of thing, if I just say we'll worry about that later, it makes me sneeze, because it's inadequate. Okay, anyways. So we can basically fill all these chests, like so. How about we summon the red train? Actually, let's just turn that off. Turn that on, turn that off. This train right now should come back to us. The red train. Let's see. Are all these blacklists? No. Wrong. I gotta copy their settings over and paste them so that these are all blacklists. Yes. Oh! See, I almost died. I almost died. Yeah, but this thing is filling up, as you can see. And we didn't even have to make this entire system right here. We didn't have to manually configure them. We just chose it based on the value. This chest. Oh, you know what? Maybe I chose copper from right here. Because this setting isn't set requests, read contents. So I think our problem is solved. Yep. So this train right here, filling up with copper. It's gonna go back to the stacker. Now, from somewhere else, we can make that train. We can summon that train and say, "Hey, you know, bring this somewhere else," right? How do we do that? How do we do that? You see, that's the problem, is that once this train leaves the stacker, it always goes to central drop-off and then central pickup. Uh-huh. That's weird. I don't like that. That's the thing that we can't change. But you know what we can do is we can go to every single drop-off. I like that. Let's go. What's the very first one that's gonna hit? Let's go across. Let's go to west. So let's go to west wing drop-off. Oh god. So it goes to center drop-off, center pickup, central pickup. Then it goes to west wing drop-off. Let's let it just roll right through it. Then we go to north wing drop-off. And we're gonna do this from the west, so north wing drop-off west. Then we're gonna add east. Where's east? Why don't I have east? Oh, I don't even have my east in here, do I? Let's go do that. I forgot to add east. Oh, that's because I fixed it. I had a problem with the spacing, and I ended up making the width of the track wrong, if that makes sense. Do I have train stations? Yes. Alright. Let's just get a little jog. Run over here. Wow. I'm looking at my stats on OBS, and I have 0 frames dropped or skipped. So basically, I'm in CPU rendering right now, and I'm rendering my stream solely from the CPU. And I'm trying to monitor and make sure everything doesn't like lag out or buffer or anything. No dropped frames. And it takes only 1.2 milliseconds to render a frame, so that's actually extremely good. I'm surprised. But yes, right over here we're gonna add... Oh god, I forgot how I did this. So the reason we have it like we have right here, this roboport. No lags or weirdness here. Well, I also watch my stream back. I watch the video and see if there's like a buffering circle, you know? And there's also a bar at the top that usually is green. However, it's not green today because YouTube thinks I'm not sending something correctly. Although it's still streaming, so I don't have any problems. But I try to make sure that that's all right, but I'm glad that you can confirm that. Let's see. Oops. My focus was on the YouTube window and not the game window. Okay. So let's take a look at the coverage of this roboport. We have to make these train stations within the orange, right? But actually, no. Let me back that up. It's not entirely true that we have to have the train station in the orange. We just have to have the train cars themselves accessible here. What I like to do is I like to have one block or one tile of the train of the of the actual locomotive train piece, at least one tile of it existing in the orange. So it's kind of confusing, but if I just do this, okay, this one, let's get rid of that. That one's the last one that gets, or is within range of the orange coverage. So what I'm gonna have to do, actually, I don't want to do much. I'm just gonna place this so that that first part, like right here, if you guys notice that this train piece right here, we have at least one block of that in there, and that's for fueling purposes. We want to be able to insert fuel wherever a train is stopped. And because everything is controlled by roboports, this will be able to insert into the very first train car, which will always be a locomotive. And all we have to do is do the same on the other side, except it'll be opposite. We have to kind of, oh god, like right here. Let's just add a few down. Oh, Nadic's coming by. How's it going? Epic potato chip. Epic. And then Fanatic Gamer. Oh boy, this is kind of exciting. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing? Okay, so we're gonna remove these. Yeah, Nadic, very nice person. Always keeping it fun with, you know, showing people something after their stream. I think Blaine, you should check out Nadic. He plays a lot of, well, obviously Nintendo games. Today earlier he was doing some Mega Man 5. How was that? Did you finally get through it? I think everybody who is watching this, who's not from Nadic or knows about Nintendo Addict, should check him out. Very nice person. Plays a lot of Nintendo games. You're through it. Are you done? Like, are you through Mega Man, or did you just beat Mega Man? I think some of the NES titles, like Mega Man 3 and 4, they're too tough. They're actually, I'll admit, pretty tough. Okay, let's put this train station, I think right here. No. What am I doing? I want the last train car right there. So how do I do that? Actually, let's see what it is. This is going to be confusing. Let's go right here and go all the way over. Where is this? Oh, so it puts it down here. I'm looking for the last train car. Okay, I see what I'm doing. Dumb things got to you? Well, don't let dumb things get to you, because, well, I'm a living demonstration of when dumb things get to someone. Not calling you guys dumb, I'm saying I am the result of dumb things. I am a product of, okay, that's kind of mean. Now I think I'm inadvertently insulting my parents. That's not what I mean to say. I am not a physical product of dumb things. I am the societal product of dumb things. I react, but pink does more than you think. What are you talking about? Yeah, I barely do much. I'm barely functional. I'm a flickering light bulb. Okay, what was I doing? I'm sorry, guys. I was too sidetracked. But okay, so I want the last train car to be just in range of this little thing right there, the inserter. And I think if I mouse over that, I'll have that third car just right there. That means this train's last piece can be fueled right here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and copy that this way, and then what else? I need to split them up. So let's do this. Oh, they already have train signals here. Nice. So I'm just gonna put train signals here that break up the train. That way a train can occupy this space right here, and another train can basically fill in that spot. And that's kind of what we want. We want trains to be able to continue to be able to at least access this right here. Let's go ahead and delete that. All I really want is to name these train stations accordingly so I can get that idea I had in mind. Whoops. Here we are. They have random names in the train stations because they're essentially, I think they're Patreon backers or something like that. Maybe not Patreon, but like early adopters of the game. When this game was first launched, the thank you is that these train stations become a random name. I think that's kind of interesting because this gentleman here, Liam Herrick, will forever be known, at least through this stream, as someone who supported Factorio when it was first being made in 2012. Sometimes when I talk, I have these silent voice cracks where like I talk but nothing comes out. Like that. Like nothing comes out. Okay. East wing pick up. So north, south, east, west. So I'll do north. And then I'll copy this. Paste, paste. I'll make this one S. And then I'll make this one west because we don't need east since this is already east. And then we'll name these ones east. Oh, I didn't even. No, never mind. I had named them East Wing, so East Wing drop off north. Let's copy that so I don't have to type all that garbage. Let's do south and then west. There we go. So these outside or outskirt bases, they all are aware of the other outskirt bases. And I can finally deliver that train that I wanted to drive to the east. Okay. Good. Alright guys, sorry about that. That was actually kind of a diversion to what I was really doing. Run! Run! Look at that. Man, he's getting a good workout. Oof. Okay. Oh yeah. I love that. Okay. What were we doing? We were actually looking at the scheduling for the... Where was it? Ah, it's this one. Our red train right here. The one that responds to the red circuit. Or red circuit signal. We want it to go to west wing drop off, north wing drop off, east wing drop off. And it's coming from the north. And then we want south wing drop off. E. So it's at the east, it goes to the south wing drop off from the east. This one's from the north, obviously, and this one's from the west. West wing doesn't have a south. I think they're all just named west wing drop off. So if I let this train go by turning the red signal to 1, that'll send this train off to the central drop off first, then the pickup, which is right below it. So if you notice, this train's name or train station name is Central Drop Off, and then this one is Central Pickup. This train will hit this station, then the pickup, and then it will go in a giant circle. So let's check that out actually. You know what? Before I do that, I want to make this train go back again. I'm going to make it go to Central Drop Off and then Central Pickup. No, that's not a good idea. Let's move Central Drop Off down. like it's gonna go all the way, like all the way around, and then it's gonna go back to the stacker. So if I let it go, and this is how I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go to my little control box, the little constant combinator, and I'm gonna turn it on. That red train is gonna come by. It's gonna swoop by here. Okay, so if you watch the map, actually it is moving around. Oh, not that one. This one. No, not that one. That's a different one. The train we want to follow is this one right here. Come on. There we go. So yeah. Oops, I don't have a radar there. So it's stopping at the pickup first, and it's already full. So let's actually ride the train. So now we should be going to the West Wing drop-off, which I think it's gonna try dropping things off. What? Oh no, it didn't stop. Never mind. Never mind. Sorry guys. I actually told this to happen. I told the train to actually just go through all of them without stopping. But basically it's capable of going to each station before it comes back to central drop-off, to which it will actually unload right here. As you notice, central drop-off, that inactivity thing, that bar is kind of trying to grow. It's trying to grow, but it still has copper plates. So as soon as something happens to the train, as soon as a grabber or the inserter takes from it, it's going to reset that value. But that's no worries. They're doing a good job. Come on. Why is it so dark? It's almost like it's been perpetually night. Has it been perpetually night? Or is it just so, like, it's such a bad coincidence that every time I'm working on something with the network or the train scheduling, man, this sucks. It's like what is this? It's like wintertime or something. Okay. So it shouldn't stop here, yes. It's empty, and it's going to the stacker. And it should stay here. Yes. It will stay here until I turn the red signal to 1. Which is exactly what I wanted. Which is awesome. And I want to do this for basically every train that's going to be in the stacker, and these ones don't count because these ones are, well, that red was hard to see. Huh. Oh well. But yeah, anyways. So these trains will be smart. These trains will be able to have, like, they'll be summoned by the central operations area. They'll be filled based on contents that I choose and set via this chest right here. Right here. If I change this, all these requester chests will change, and they will start delivering the very first train that comes up here with those items, which is cool. I mean, that's undeniably kick-ass, I think. I probably should also put more of these chests, these bad boys. Yeah. These active provider chests will always try to move items that are in it to a yellow storage container or a storage chest, if there isn't a requester chest that needs to be fulfilled. So it's, these purple chests are like a get the item that's in here the hell out, unless it can't, of course. But these chests are ideally always empty because their job is to basically let the logistics network know that, hey, don't keep an item in here. This is temporary. This is like a bin that robots should take from to move somewhere else, and we want the inserters to reflect that. So let's take the setting from this one. By the way, if you guys haven't already noticed, I copy and paste there is a shortcut that allows me to copy the settings of one thing like this, and I made them Control V, Control C, Control V. So I copy that one and I just go down the line and paste them. Even though I'm typing Control V much more than I need to. Okay, that just makes it so that any train that stops any one of these places, they're all the same name. These train stops, if they share the same name, what ends up happening is that the train that needs to go to it will take the first available one, which is awesome. Same with this one. They're all pickups. But let's get that one more train doing the same thing. Ooh. But I'll show you something cool. Check this out. We don't even have to like mess with all this stuff anymore. We could just do this. Except we have to change this back to green. And let's make this one green. And let's copy that and paste that. Okay, so what we're looking at is the same like loop, except we just turn that train back from red to green. So we have a green train, and if we let that do its cycle, which we'll show you guys here pretty soon, it's kind of hard to stay consistent and continue to have something to talk about, and I oftentimes repeat things that you guys already know. Do apologize, but let's first make sure that we don't have anything here. We don't want these chests to keep filling up with copper. So they have copper in them. We just don't want them to keep filling up with copper. So let's do this. Let's summon the green train and not the red train. Okay, so that green train should be making it's oddly enough, it's taking its time getting here. I think that's kind of funny. Why is it so dark? Let's actually add some lights. Let's add some lights here. Wait, what? Why is it not lighting up? Okay. So it's filling up. Cool. I think they should all actually stop because they shouldn't have more than like about 100 of them in. So it stopped, yes. And what this is going to do, this is going to hit every single train station right here, the drop off, but it's not going to stop at them. It's just going to go through them. Like such. Like such. And voila. And they went to their specific spot because they're programmed to go, or the train stations on the sides or the outskirts. Let's get out of here. The train stations on the outskirts right here, even though I've already said it before. This one should say drop off north. I might have to actually fix all my trains now. This one should, wow, I cannot speak. This one should say south. And this one should be east. But none of them should be west here because this is the west station. I probably need to fix... let's go back to the trains. Let's do that. Yes. Oof. Oof. So this one... West wing drop off south. I'm gonna make this one the south one. How do I do that? I guess I have to go back down here and make west wing drop off south. So south. Okay, This one goes, the next one is north wing drop off west because it came from the west. East wing drop off north because it came from the north. South wing drop off east because it came from the east. Obviously it goes to central. So it doesn't actually matter which this one is, but I just made that south to be consistent with the little paradigm I've been following. And we'll do the same for over here. But we can't change that. At least I don't think. It's weird. So let's go to west wing. Where is it? West wing drop off south. Let's move that up. And let's delete that. Okay. So our trains are the way I would like them to be programmed. Scheduled. Awesome. And they can be summoned by a circuit signal. Tight. Now that's tight. What's in here? Nothing? What's in here? Nothing? Not a thing, bada bing? Let's get rid of that. Oh no! It's full. I'm full! Let's actually put that in here. Those extras. Alright. And let's just tell this to immediately go to central drop-off. It'll be like right back. Although, I need to change that. I need to make this able to go the other way. Or at least have a turnaround of some sort. Like this needs to be able to turn around in some way. But yes, this will go to the drop-off, and it will drop off my fuel rods. You guys can kind of see what's going on here. All those fuel rods, they were dropped off. And this train should go to the stacker, to which it is. And it chose the first available stacker. That is so totally wicked. So yeah. Oh yes, artillery wagon. I like that. Haha. Ha. Yeah, so I'm gonna have another 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. That was 6 in total of these software driven trains, if that makes sense. Like, it's gonna be controllable by software in software. It's gonna be a it's virtualized train management. I'm controlling what goes into the trains, where they go, and yeah, when they leave, I guess. When they leave and what they pick up, but I can't really stop them. Like, I can't make them go to the north and then come back without actually changing their specific schedule. But they effectively do what I need them to do, which is awesome, because now I have 6 trains, or I'm gonna have 6 trains, that can all deliver things to where they need to go, because here's the deal here. When they stop at their train stop, right? These filter inserters, they can actually be set to whitelist, so that they can only pull the thing that they have in their inventory that they're looking for. This way, I don't have to actually unload things at a train station I don't want that item to be at. Like, if I carry, I don't know, let's just say I want to carry empty barrels from my center right here. My center, I call this my operations wing. It's the central, it's where basically everything, all the decision making in software is going to happen. So I want to take empty barrels, fill a train with it, and I want to deliver the empty barrels to, I don't know, maybe the place that I actually fill the barrels, right here. I need to give this area empty barrels, and this area needs to give full barrels of, let's just take a look. We have the petroleum, right? Petroleum gas, we have crude oil, we have water, although this one actually empties water barrels. This one empties water, which is weird because all the other ones fill the barrels. But like this one, the light oil, heavy oil, petroleum, they get put into barrels, and those full barrels should be put back in here, right? This requester chest, actually, I don't know if you guys can see that, the HUD kind of extends past the screen, but the filters, it's these damn things. I don't want that on my screen anymore. Let's fix it. It's about time I get rid of that warning. Whew! Oh god. Okay. So if we look back over there, we might be able to see it. Or is it? Yeah, under the filters, there's like 4 different kinds of barrels. There's 10 of each. Basically, this requester chest takes 10 of each kind of full barrel, and then when the train stops by here, which I don't have any trains programmed to do that, they pick that up. But ideally, I'm going to have trains specific to each section or each little quadrant that solely their sole function is to take items from here and deliver them to the center, and then come back here, take them here, take from here, and all they're doing is moving from outside to inside. They're not taking anything from the inside to the outside. That's about it, because each quadrant has a specific function, but the only thing that has multiple functions is the operations center, which actually is also home to our mass storage. But that's about it. That's kind of what I wanted to get started on this live stream. Guys, everybody who stopped by, G-Pop Man, Nintendo Addict, Blaine Bradford, Fnatic Gamer, Epic Potato Chip, everybody, even, where's her face? Nugget Antipova, and Gaming with Alina. I bet there's someone else in here I'm missing. And I'm totally sorry, but my brain, if I'm lucky, works sometimes. If I'm lucky. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you stopping by and enduring the we have here the Factorio 0.17. It's amazing. It's a fun game. If you like challenge, if you're kind of like me and you like problem solving like programming is and what that does for me, this game is like that, and I enjoy it. I spent about like maybe 400 hours in it on this map alone. Anyways, guys, appreciate you stopping by. Have yourselves a wonderful day, night, evening, space time. Yeah, you guys rock on. I'm out.